What's good? What's good? What's good, baby? It's your boy, True X, the Sports Junkie, and I'm here with my friends, my good friends. Keo, man, what up?
Yo, what's good, man? It's week 2 of the NBA Stardom System show. Um, yeah, I'm ready, man,
You good, man? Hey, to everybody on
for
Twitter,
another
man.
episode of the Stardom System show.
Hey, for everybody on Twitter, man, I'm gonna set this guy straight. He gonna get it better. I see it in the comments already. Geechee with the dub. Hey, he's mad at Geechee. He's mad at Shador. Now I'm messing with you about Geechee, Keo. But he's mad at Shador. He's mad at Colorado. But we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it real quick. This week, sometime this week. But today, we gonna help you with your fantasy football lineup, starting with inactives and actives. People that's in, Kelsey's in, Andrews is in, Stroud is in, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is in, Hopkins. We'll talk about him in a few. He's actually in after missing practice all week. Joey Bosa, if you play defensive players, he's in. Inactives, Aaron Jones is out with his fellow teammate Christian Watson. He's out as well. Deontay Foreman and Deontay Johnson are both out. And Austin Eckler is out. Keo, any surprises there?
No, not at all. I think
Okay.
Austin Eckler is probably a surprise for me. Um, so yeah, Austin Eckler is a surprise for me.
So shout out to my man, Protect the Shield podcast. My man said the Raiders are gonna beat the Bills. Basically, that's what he's saying. But we're gonna talk about it in a few. But all right, let's get to quarterbacks. Keo,
Wow.
your top five
I don't know
quarterbacks you
about
tell
that.
everybody to start today, based on of course, the studs. You're gonna start them, but the quarterbacks that people should have in their lineup this week.
Top 5 quarterbacks to start today for your fantasy team. Starting at number 5 for me. I know he had a bad game last week. I mean, a really bad game. I'm going with Daniel Jones to start at number 5 for me. Daniel Jones going against Arizona. I think he's a good solid start if you're looking to start somebody. Coming in at number 4 for me, I'm gonna go with Derek Carr. I think Derek Carr is a good start this week. I think it definitely a good start. Um, Number 3 for me, I'm going with Anthony Richardson to start at number
I like
3.
that one.
I think he's
That's
going
a
to get
good one.
Houston Texans. I think he'll put you some solid numbers running the ball and throwing the ball also. And then number 2, I'm going with Tua, man. Off to a hot start after week 1 against the Chargers. I think he'll continue to get it going. And then at number 1, I got him on my team. I'm going with Jared Goff to start today as my number 1 guy. I don't know if you noticed that I didn't mention the elite players, obviously, the elite quarterbacks like Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. Obviously, you're gonna start them regardless. So yeah.
Okay, I'm not mad at you as far as what you chose. I actually like all of those guys, but I'm not gonna mention some of those guys that you mentioned. All right, coming in number 5 for me, I got Justin Fields. He has to shake back this week. He has to. Everybody had the high expectations for him going into this season, going up against the Packers last week, and it didn't go well. Today he gets the Bucks. We know the Bucks upset the Vikings, but I think Justin Fields has a really good game today. I'm not saying that they're going to win the game, but I do think he has a good fantasy day today. Coming number 4, I'm with you, Keel. Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones actually plays well today versus the Cardinals. The Cardinals, they're gonna be bad this year. We just gotta call a spade a spade. They're gonna be really bad this year. So I think Jones actually shakes back. It ain't the Cowboys defense he has to face this week. Come in number 3. Not a nation, not a game. Life drive. I see you. I got Brock Purdy. Hey, Brock Purdy, man. This dude is something else, man. I really believe, when I look at the Niners, you can make a case that they're the best team in football. And there's pretty much maybe like one or two teams that maybe you can even argue that right now. The 49ers are on a mission. To me, the Niners always play well against the Rams. I think Brock Purdy has a big game again this week against the Rams. Coming in number 2, I got Jared Goff just like you. I do like Jared Goff against Seattle. The Lions played well last week, got the dub against the Chiefs. I think that momentum carries on into this week. I think Jahmyr Gibbs, we're going to talk about him in a second, but I think his touches as far as receptions is going to go up this week. And I think Jared Goff has a monster game. But number 1, y'all see the hat I'm rocking? If you pay attention to the MBS show, yes, I know it might be wild, but I got the Jags beating the Chiefs today because sunshine. I got Trevor Lawrence going crazy today. I got the Jags upsetting the Chiefs, and I got Trevor Lawrence with a monster game on the day. So I got Trevor Lawrence at number 1. All right, Keo, let's get to these running backs.
Number 5, running back to start today in fantasy football. I'm going with Isaiah Pacheco at number 5 for me.
Of course you would say that.
Yes, sir. I got him at 5. At number 4, I'm going to go to David Montgomery at number 4. I think they're going to feed him the rock despite with Jahmyr Gibbs there. At number 3, I'm going to go with Tampa Bay Rachaad White at number 3 against Chicago. I think he's going to get enough touches in this game. So I like him at number 3. Number 2, I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills, James Cook, to start at number 2 against the Las Vegas Raiders. I think he didn't have a good debut in week 1. I think he'll have a bounce back week at number 2. And the number 1 guy for me to start, I know you're not a big fan of him, but I'm going with James Conner to start at number 1. Going against the New York Giants. No Kyler Murray once again, so he's probably going to be the top guy to be targeted. So I'm going to go with James Conner, the number 1 guy to start.
Okay. My number 5 guy, I'm going with A.J. Dillon. No Aaron Jones. And if you watched A.J. Dillon, man, before, I've been feeling like he should get a chance to be the starting running back. I thought they would go his direction in game 1, but obviously Aaron Jones is still that guy. But I think today A.J. Dillon has a big game for the Packers. Coming in number 4, I got Javonte Williams. Keel's gonna say I'm picking him because he's on my fantasy team, but no, I think he's gonna have a good game against Washington. I think that Sean Payne's gonna find a way to get him the ball, and I think Javonte Williams has a big game. Coming in number 3, another Williams. I got Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams is gonna have a monster game, and he could end up being the stud of the week. We saw what Bijan Robinson did last week. We saw what Algiers did to the Panthers defense. And now you got the Saints coming in with that passing game. But I think they're going to try to stop that. But they're going to sleep on Jamal Williams. And I think Jamal Williams has a good game. So especially if you don't want to start him in your running back 1 or 2, you definitely need to get him in your flex. And you're going to be happy about it. So I'm going with Jamal Williams. Coming in at number 2. Kill, you can say I'm a homer, but I don't care. I got Travis Etienne. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all don't have to buy into it, but the Jags are going to beat these boys today, and I think it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. People sleeping on the Jags, and I think Etienne goes crazy against the Chiefs. But coming in at number 1, Keel mentioned David Montgomery. Now the breakout game happens. I got Jahmyr Gibbs going crazy today against the Seattle Seahawks. I can see Gibbs catching 5 to 7 balls today. around 60, 70 yards, and still having a good game in the rushing department as well. I think he touches the ball today anywhere between 15 to 20 times today, and he's going to score. I think he's having a good game. So I'm going to go with Jahmyr Gibbs at number 1. All right, let's get to the wide receiver skill. Let's go.
The wide receivers for me, there's a lot you could choose from for the wide receivers, man. But I think my top guys to start for today, number 5, I'm going with Gabe Davis at number 5 for me. He had a bad game in week 1, but I think he'll bounce back. And he'll have a solid game. Number 4, I'm going with Christian Kirk, man. Christian Kirk was bad last week, but they got to get him involved if they're gonna beat the Chiefs or have any shot to beat the Chiefs. They got to get Christian Kirk involved. Number 3 for me, I'm going with Mike Evans at number 3. Mike Evans had a good game last week. I like what I saw with Baker throwing them the ball, and I'd see him playing on the high level once again. He'll get some touches from Chris Godwin. But I think Mike Evans gonna have a huge game again. Number 2, I'm banking on him to have a huge game, and it'll probably help my fantasy team up. Mike Williams at number 2. He got involved late and the shootout against Miami, and I expect him to have a better game. He was targeted 5 times last week for 45 yards. He's going against a Tennessee defense which is really favorable for him to get some things going. So I got him at number 2. And by number 1 wide receiver to start, it's a surprise to a lot of people. I'm going with Zay Flowers
I like that
at
one.
number 1. Zay Flowers' performance in week 1 against Houston was a fluke. Um, but he is the number 1 receiver for Lamar Jackson. He had 9 catches, 78 yards, 10 targets on his debut, man. So I expect him to get a lot of production in this game, man. And he is he's right now the number 2 fantasy receiver in all leagues, even with if Mark Andrews is going to be activated. Rashad Bateman, Odell Beckham should be some major acquisitions also for fantasy owners. So I'm going with Zay Flowers at number 1.
All right, I'm gonna start with another young guy that I think he's having his breakout season. I'm gonna start with Brandon Ayuk, man. If you saw him last week, it just seems like him and Brock Purdy are on the same page. We know what Debo and Kittle and McCaffrey can do, but Brandon Ayuk is really coming into his own. He's showing why he was such a high draft pick for the Niners, and I think he has another good game today against the Rams. So I'm coming in with him at number 5. Coming in number 4, Keo, I got your man. Like, I'm not a hater. I'm playing against Q in the MBS league right now. I got Mike Williams. I think Mike Williams has a big game today against the Tennessee Titans. I'm hoping he does it, but I think he will. I think Mike Williams going up against Tennessee is going to be a good look for Keo. So I got Mike Williams coming number 4. At number 3, I got Chris Olave. Chris Olave is really starting to come into his own. He's the guy that everybody's pointing at and saying, okay, he could be in that class. He could be in that class where you start talking about the elite wide receivers in the NFL. Olave, look for him to have a big game on Monday night versus the Panthers. Coming in number 2, I got a guy maybe Keo views as elite, but I'm not there yet. But I think he's on his way, and that's Ahmad St. Brown. Ahmad St. Brown, for me, he's a must start versus Seattle. I like Jared Goff. I think Goff gets the ball in his hands a lot today. And Ahmad St. Brown is going to me, I'm going to just say it. Ahmad St. Brown is the new Antonio Brown. To,
What?
to me, Ahmad St. Brown
Wow.
is nasty. His route running ability is crazy. Um, he can beat you deep. He can beat you short. He can beat you after the catch. He's just an all around terrific wide receiver. And he reminds me a lot of Antonio Brown. But number one, he put everybody on notice last week, and you can see the theme. That's why I'm rocking the hat. Calvin Ridley is back. Oh, he's back. And Calvin Ridley is a man with bad intentions. And if the Chiefs defense don't get it together, I know Chris Jones is back. I get it. But I think Calvin Ridley goes crazy today against the Kansas City Chiefs. So I got Calvin Ridley at number one. Let's get to these tight ends, Gio.
Okay. Well, we know Travis Kelsey will be back today. He's actually active for today's game, so to start him regardless. But my top tight ends to start. I'm gonna go with coming in at number 5 for me. I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys, Jake Ferguson at number 5. I think he's a good, solid start, especially with the Jets defense. They're going to focus on CD Lamb and the rest of the wide receivers over there on with the Cowboys. So I got him at 5. Number 4, I'm going to go with Cole Kmet for the Chicago Bears. The Buccaneers has allowed the most receptions to tight ends in week 1. TJ Hawkinson, Josh Oliver, they combined for 11 catches, 67 yards. Number 3, I'm gonna go with Sam Laporta from the Lions. I think he will get some. I think he will get involved in this game, especially if 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 St. Brown has a little hiccup. Number 2, I'm gonna go with Evan Ingram at number 2. Evan Ingram, I think he's a good, solid start going against the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they'll be able to score. And then number 1, I'm going with Darren Waller from the New York Giants. They got to get him involved somehow, and it's a favorable matchup going against the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay. Me and you see things a lot alike, big dog. I'm not even gonna lie to you. As far as the 5 guys, you starting Kelsey and Andrews. That's no brainers. Kittle, you're starting those 3 guys week in and week out. Coming at number 5 for me, I got Cole Kmet. I'm 1,000% on board with you. I had Justin Fields in my quarterback. I think Cole Kmet opens up that middle, and I think he does a really good job today against Washington, I believe the Bears. No, the Bucks. The Bucks they're playing. Coming at number 4, I got David Njoku. I think David Njoku is breaking news too, and I want to add this to it. Amari Cooper is out. Out for the Browns.
Wow.
Amari Cooper is out for the Browns. So I got David Njoku picking up some of that slack, and I think he has a really good game today. Coming at number 3, we're gonna stick with that Jaguars theme. I got Evan Ingram. I'm with you. The Jaguars is going to go crazy today. I'm excited about that game. I think that game can be a shootout. And we'll talk about it in a few minutes as far as highest and lowest scoring games on the day. Coming in number 2, I got Darren Waller as well. I think the Giants shake back this week. The Giants are going to shake back, have a big game. So I'm going with Darren Waller at 2. And at number 1, I got Mr. Laporta. I like me some Lions. Keel knows it. I think the Lions are going to win that division. And I think it started last week, and they just like I said, the momentum's gonna keep going. They'll do well against Seattle today. So I got Mr. Laporta at number 1. All right, Kill, we don't have to take long on this, but the kickers, what are we doing?
Kickers, I'll make the kickers really I'll make the kickers really quick. I like Riley Patterson. I also like Nick Folk. I like Brandon Aubrey from the Cowboys. I also like McPherson for the Bengals. And then last but not least, I'm gonna go with the number one guy to start. I'm gonna go with Jake Moody from the Niners, rookie kicker.
Wow. Okay. I'm going Patterson at 5, Lions. I'm going McPherson 4 for the Bengals. I'm actually in agreement with you with Aubrey for the Cowboys. But number 2, I got Daniel Carlson of the Raiders. I just think that they'll kick more field goals than they actually score touchdowns. And number 1, I got Harrison Butker. I think that game's going to be a shootout, but we'll talk about it like I said. All right, let's go defenses real quick, Keo. What we got? Top 5 defenses on the day.
Top 5 defenses. Number 5, I'm gonna go with the Cleveland Browns at number 5. I'm going against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 4, I like the Bucks against the Chicago Bears in this one.
Wow.
3, I'm going with the Detroit Lions against the Seattle Seahawks. At number 2, I like the Giants against the Arizona Cardinals. This is probably the only time I'll have them this high. And coming in at number 1, I'm gonna go with the Baltimore Ravens at number 1.
Okay. All right. I'm writing something down real quick. All right. Coming in at number 5 for me, I got the Denver Broncos. I think the Broncos are gonna ball out. They're gonna have a good game against Washington today, in my opinion. So I'm going with the Broncos at 5. Coming in number 4, I'm gonna agree with you. I got the Giants. The Giants are gonna do really well today as far as defensively, and I just think they'll do good all overall. Coming in number 3, I got the New Orleans Saints going up against Bryce Young. I think he's gonna struggle mightily against the Saints defense. Saints got a really good defense, and we got to start putting some respect on the Saints defense. So I got the Saints coming in number 3. At number 2 and 1, I'm going to say it right now because we're going to get to that next. And I'm going to ask you next. Lowest scoring game of the day. He was about to be shocked and maybe upset about this.
Wow, the low scoring game of the day.
I got you. That's my 1 and 2. I'm going to go first.
Go.
The Cowboys and the Jets. Lowest scoring game of the day, and my top 2 defenses. I'm going with the Cowboys and the Jets. I think that's going to be a low scoring game. I think they won't get above 20 on either side.
What? Wow.
So that's why I got it.
Okay. My lowest scoring game of the day. Wow. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Give me a second.
Get it together.
Okay, my low scoring game of the game. I'm gonna say the Colts and the Texans. It's gonna be the lowest scoring game of the day.
Okay. All right, let's do highest scoring game of the day. What you thinking?
The highest scoring game of the day, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs and the Jaguars.
Now you're thinking. All right. I'm going to agree with Keo. I've been talking about the Jaguars all day. I think the Jaguars and Chiefs they do have the highest scoring game of the day. All right, Keo. Let's get to the start and sit 'em portion of the show. You name 5. I'll tell you if you should start them or sit them. Keo, I'll name 5 and I'll think Keo will tell you if you should start them or sit them. You want me to go first or you want to go first?
Yeah, go ahead. Go first.
All right. Keo, are you starting or sitting Geno Smith after that performance last week going up against the Lions?
Am I starting or sitting Geno Smith? I'm starting Geno Smith.
Okay. That's what's up. I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. I think if I can go in a different direction, I would, but I think he could have a good game against the Lions, but it won't be great. All right. Coming in number 2, Justice Hill. He's the new back, they saying in Baltimore. Can we really trust it? Would you start or sit Justice Hill?
I'm sitting him. I'm not starting him, man. I'm sitting him.
All right, I'm in agreement with you. I wouldn't start Justice Hill. It's too wishy washy. If I absolutely had to, it would just be in a flex position, but I wouldn't love starting him. All right, Keo, if at all, who? But are you starting any Giants wide receivers today?
No, I'm not starting no Giants wide receivers today.
Okay. I kind of agree with you on that. Okay, another receiver. It's my guy. Are you starting or sitting Drake London? Oh,
Yeah, I'm starting Drake London. He can't have 0 points for you again.
Zaire Alexander might say something different about that. Oh,
Yes, 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 yes.
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. We ain't doing that, Keo. And my last person, I'm gonna do. Let's go with Kadarius Tony.
I'm starting him. He got to make it up for the Chiefs. He got to have at least a decent type of game. So I'm gonna start him. I'm definitely gonna start him.
Okay.
Um. Okay, my turn. Are you starting or sitting Dalton Schultz?
Um, yeah, I'll start him. Tight end position is not a great position. I'll go ahead and start him.
Okay, next guy up. Are you starting or sitting um George Pickens from the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Absolutely. I love that kid. Keenan, what up, man? What up, Keenan? Trade your boy George Pickens. I like me some Pickens. I'm absolutely starting him.
Okay, my next wide receiver. Oh, I got one. Are you starting or sitting Garrett Wilson?
Oh man. I think I'm gonna sit Garrett Wilson, man. If I can go a different direction, I would go a different direction.
Okay. Oh, you sitting him. Oh, what?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go to a running back right now. Running back, let's see what running backs we got. Okay, are you starting or sitting Antonio Gibson?
Oh, I'm sitting him. Oh God. Are you kidding me? Well, did we watch the same game last week? That boy is sitting.
Okay, and last but not least, I'm gonna go to a quarterback. Quarterback. Let me see. Jimmy Garoppolo. Are you starting or sitting Jimmy Garoppolo?
Yeah, I'm gonna start him. I think the Bills are gonna jump up on him. They're gonna have to fight back. So he's gonna throw some like late in the game, some good touchdowns late in the game, trying to make it look closer than what it actually was. Sorry to my man that said that the Raiders would win today. All right, Keo. Let's get to these questions, man. I got a few questions. I don't know if you got questions. Anybody in the chat want to ask a fantasy football question? Well, this is your time right now. Okay, my man Joe wants to know, Keo, in the Colts Texans game, he has both rookie quarterbacks. Who should he start, Anthony Richardson or CJ Stroud?
um, damn. I'm going with Anthony Richardson though. I think Anthony Richardson is a better start. I just trust the weapons more over there, and I just think he's just more dynamic, especially with running the ball. Also, so I'm going with Anthony Richardson.
Okay, I'm wholeheartedly with Keo on this one. Anthony Richardson, he's dynamic where he can break a long run. He can score a rushing touchdown as well as throwing. He got Michael Pittman to throw the ball to. Yeah, I'm going Anthony Richardson. And this is pretty easy for me. And I love CJ Stroud. All right, Keo. My man wants to know. I'm saying my man. My man Dan wants to know. He has Michael Thomas and he got Mike Williams. If you can only start one, which one you going with?
Um, I'm going Mike Williams, man. I had him in my top.
Ooh-wee.
I have him in my top 5 to start, so I'm going with Mike Williams, man.
Okay, okay. Oh man, I did have Mike Williams in my top 5, but dang. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Mike Williams, but Mike Thomas is not a bad start either. He must have like Stephon Diggs next to one of them, more like an elite wide receiver to have both of those guys. You should start both of those guys, in my opinion. All right, Keo. My girl Riley wants to know: should she start David Montgomery or AJ Dillon?
Um, damn. David Montgomery. I'm going with David Montgomery.
Wow. Wow.
I don't know. AJ Dillon hasn't showed me anything yet, man. And I have yet to put trust in him. So I'm going David Montgomery.
We on opposite end of the spectrum right here. I love the Lions, but AJ Dillon's getting a start today for the Packers, going up against the Falcons. We don't know how good the Falcons defense actually is. They went against the Panthers last week. Panthers had a young team, got a young quarterback, and I just think that they struggled. But today, I think the Packers actually played well against the Falcons. I'm gonna say AJ Dillon for sure. To me, my boy Rich wants to know: should he roll the dice and play Matthew Stafford, or should he go with Mac Jones after what Mac Jones did last week?
I'm going with Mac Jones. Mac Jones to start for today.
Yeah, I'm agree with you on this one. The Niners defense is so scary that you don't want to start them if you don't have to. If you don't have to. All right, well, I'm gonna start asking. I guess you could ask some questions, but I see one in there right now.
Somebody says, hold on, let me pull up their question. Courtland Sutton or Gus Edwards?
I'm going Courtland Sutton. I know Jerry Jeudy's back today. I get it, but he's on a snap count from what I understand. Gus Edwards could take over that role, and if you try to hit a home run, you might want to go with Gus Edwards. But to me, Courtland Sutton just gets 5 to 7 targets every game.
He did say standard league, though.
Yeah, I'm still going Courtland Sutton. I just think that Courtland Sutton is going to get, for sure, some good touches against Washington. I don't love Washington's defense. I think they played okay last week, but I think Sutton's the guy.
Okay, I think that's about it. That's what we have so far. If anybody else have any questions, drop them in the comments.
Yep, I'm definitely. All right, well, Keo, here we go, man. What we doing, man? We gonna go to that time. It's that time right now. Y'all can hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, any social media outlet, and ask your questions when it comes to fantasy. But we getting to it, man. I want to know who your sleeper of the week is, Keo.
Well, I was definitely wrong last week. I freaking had Russell Wilson. He was just average to me. Well, I'm gonna go with the guy that I think that will shine bright in this game for my sleeper of the week. I'm gonna go with Nico Collins from the Houston Texans.
Okay. I'm going my sleeper, Jamal Williams. I think Jamal Williams could end up being a top 5 back on the day. Well, I know he plays tomorrow, but I think Jamal Williams goes crazy for the Saints. I really do. I can see multiple touchdowns in that game. So I'm going with Jamal Williams as my sleeper of the week. All right, Keo, who is your dud? Dun, dun, dun.
The dud of the week in fantasy football. Jordan Love is my dud of the week.
Wow. Okay. I see C-Note asks another question. Who you going with, Keo? Mac Jones or Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson got to bounce back. I think he wants to start Russell Wilson and Cortland Sutton. You better get them double points, man.
yeah. I'm with you on this one. Mac Jones had a phenomenal game
Oh,
last week.
shout out to Wes in the building right now. He says Nico or Khalil Herbert in the flex position.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna agree with you on the last one. Russell Wilson for sure. Mac Jones had a great game last week, but I don't think it's gonna happen again 2 weeks in a row. He'll be decent though. But in the West question, shout out to my dog West, by the way. I'm gonna go Khalil Herbert in this one.
Yeah, I'm going Herbert also. I think Herbert will get more production from it, catching the ball from the backfield and running it also. So I'm going with Khalil Herbert.
No doubt, no doubt. Who's your dog of the week, yo?
Uh no, I said it was Jordan Love. I got Jordan Love
Oh
as
yeah,
my dad.
my
I'm
bad.
not sold from week 1, bro. I'm not sold with Jordan Love from week 1. I'm going I'm going with him for the dud of the week.
I'm gonna give y'all a real dud of the week. Y'all ready for this? Dare I say, I'm gonna give y'all 2 duds of the week in the same game.
What?
One's name is CD Lamb. He gets Sauce Gardner today. I think the Sauce is gonna be out there shutting down Lamb. I think CD Lamb is under 10 fantasy points, and with that, I'm gonna give props because I got Garrett Wilson as a dud too. Under 10 fantasy points. I think both of them struggle, and I'm going under 10. They're both my duds of the week. 2 stud wide receivers who I really like too.
Okay.
All right. And finally, stud of the week. Last week, we was completely wrong, yo. Completely wrong. It's embarrassing. I think we both said Lamar Jackson, and that was horrible. Obviously, you can't pick Lamar no more.
The stud of the week for me. I'm going with Josh Allen against the Las Vegas Raiders, man. I think he'll throw for 350, 3 touchdowns. I know they disappointed in that loss, but I'm going with Josh Allen for my stud of the week.
All right. I'm sticking with quarterback too, but I'm going with I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. I got Trevor Lawrence. 4 touchdowns, 300 yards.
Wow.
And the Jaguars send the Chiefs to 0-2. That's why I got this hat on. I'm Big Jags. Duval. I'm not even a Jaguars fan, but I am picking them today to knock off the Chiefs. And I think Trevor Lawrence goes crazy in this game. He outplays Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Oh!
All right, man. All right, man. Before we get out here, really quick, me and Daddy we're gonna be doing a recap for the yesterday's event. I do what I want Chrome 23 event that went down yesterday. I know this is the fantasy football show, but just wanted to let you know about that. Danny's actually on the flight back home right now, just coming off of a battle with bad news. I talked to him earlier this morning. He was like, "Dude, I had like 8 rebuttals for bad news."
Wow.
Obviously, Danny won the battle. Obviously from what he told me, but as far as I do what I want. Did you get the chance to watch that battle, man? Geechee Gotti, easy
Man,
to block.
come on, Kill. I do what I want, man. I might stop through just because I do what I want. I might stop through and talk to you and Danny. I don't know. We gonna see. But man, look, y'all know how I feel. Easy, that's my dog. But I got Geechee, man. 2-1, 3-0, but it's a clear win. Clear win. Second and third, Geechee got. The only debatable round is the first. I thought Easy's first was really fire at the beginning. It kind of tailored off at the end to me. And I feel like Geechee was the opposite. He kind of picked up. He started a little slow, but then he really picked up in the first. So the first is kind of debatable, but that second and third, especially the third, Geechee took it home. I didn't like Easy's second round at all. I thought Easy had a pretty good third. I didn't like his second at all. So I got Geechee Gotti 2-1-3-0 clear. No debate. Don't tell me that Easy. It was a debatable battle. It was not debatable. Geechee got that one.
Wow, it's 3. So wait. Was this a body to you?
Nah, no, it wasn't a body. I mean, his third round was crazy, but it was, it was more, I think, towards Easy, but also towards Remy. So shout out to Geechee, man. Geechee was up there talking. He felt real comfortable. And I'll say this, man. He did what he wanted to do. He made it seem like that was his place.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to get a quick insight with you about that. I did a recap on it. I had Geechee 3-0 in this battle. Very, very clear for me. I don't think no debating. Easy thinks he won the battle, but we'll get back to it, man. Tomorrow, like I said, we'll be doing a recap on it on Monday with me and Danny when Danny gets back home. But with that being said, man, let's wrap
hold
this.
on. I gotta say something else. I never gonna get mad at me, BRC. I got Geechee winning that one, but I got A Ward beating Clips. I don't know why everybody's sitting there saying Clips won that battle. I got A Ward, man. Ward won it to me first and third. I don't know what y'all saw, but hey, shout out to Clips, man.
Okay, all right. Okay. All right, man. But with that being said, man, let's wrap up this show up right now. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to Keo, man. Keo was acting real salty last night and this morning with me because of Shedeur Sanders. And this is a fantasy show. In the next couple of years, we may be talking about the start of the week being Shedeur Sanders. I'm talking about down 8 with 2 minutes to go, 98 yards. And what does he do? He marches them right down the field and ties the game with no Travis Hunter. With no Travis Hunter. I just think that this kid is on the brink of stardom if he's not. I mean, we know he's a star, but he is coming. And Keo, no, forget, I'm going to use Deion's thing. He's not coming. He's here. Oregon, you're on notice. Oh!
I'll address all of that on Tuesday's MBS show.
No doubt. But you got it,
shout out to everybody, man.
Go ahead.
But shout out to everybody though, man. Hopefully we helped out with your fantasy team. Best of luck to everybody. But with that being said, man, this is the MBS Stardom Cinema Show, and we'll see you guys next